श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि श्रीवासरङ्गपरकालमुनित्रयाप्तलक्ष्मात्मरक्षणयतित्वयुगागमान्तम् आचार्यभक्तिपरिपूतमनर्गशीलम् गोपालदेशिकमुनिम् गुरुमाश्रयामः நின்னருளாம் கதியன்றி மற்றொன்றில்லேன் நெடுங்காலம் பிழை செய்த நிலை கழிந்தேன் உன்னருளுக்கு இனிதான நிலை உகந்தேன் உன் சரணே சரணென்னும் துணிவு பூண்டேன் மன்னிரளாய் நின்ற நிலை எனக்கு தீர்த்து வானவர்தம் வாழ்ச்சி தர வரித்தேன் உன்னை இன்னருளாய் இனி எனக்கோர் பரமேற்றாமல் என் திருமால் அடைக்கலம் கொள் என்னை நீயே. So this Vishnu Puranam, we have been, Vishnu Puranam is like an ocean. It is a Ratnam, Purana Ratnam. It is a gem of all Puranas. It is a gem, really seriously a gem. And one needs to know, be the connoisseur. One needs to know the value of these gemstones for us to enjoy the worthiness of the gem. If we are layman, we would just be admiring and appreciating the glitter, the glow, the effulgence of the gem. Nothing else. One should know swimming for us to jump into the ocean and dive along with the waves and swim and enjoy swimming in the ocean. If I do not know swimming and if I am not an expert swimmer, all that I can do is to be at the shore and enjoy looking at the ocean, which itself is so bogyam, is such an object of enjoyment. Similarly, the Vishnu Puranam is so beautiful that we should just enjoy from the shores. All that we can do with audience, with my limitation, is to lead you to the shore and make you look at the ocean and enjoy. That itself would grant all the benefits, will give you the complete unambiguous jnanam, the knowledge about the tattvatrayam, the entities. We saw about the three entities, the Chit, Achit and the Ishwaran. The Chit is the Jivatma, the one which has knowledge, the sentient, Arivudayade, and the Achit, the Arivatrade, the non-sentient, the matter, and the Ishwaran, which is the Paramatma. So there are only three entities in this whole world, in this whole universe, in this whole Brahmandam. In Paramatma's world, it is Sri Vaikuntham or the Moksham Samrajyam, where there is also matter there, and which is supposed to be made of the purest substance. And here in the universe, which is his play, like what we saw last week, it is his divine sport. It is his Leela, and it is called Leela Vibhuti, this whole universe. So, this whole universe which he creates, he dissolves at the end of the deluge, the pralayam. And after the pralayam, after the dissolution, after the end of the pralayam, he again evolves, the evolution takes place. He recreates. The Upanishad says, Tat Srishtva, Tadanu Pravishya, Tadevanu Pravishate. So, he creates and he enters into it, and he starts directing it, he controls it. So, he is the master, he is the owner, he himself becomes it, he himself becomes us. So, we are part of him. And that is what is declared in all the Vedantams, crystal clear manner. And all our acharyas, be it Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, and all religious leaders talk about this in their own, in Vedantic interpretations. And Vishnu Puranam is declared by sage Parashara. He says, when sage Maitreya asked sage Parashara, we will just recapitulate and say, what is the Jagat made of? What is the world made of? What is the world leading to? What is it? Who becomes the world? What is it? Where does it end at the end of the world? And who is the one who created? who are the lineage, the solar lineage, the lunar lineage, the sun dynasty, the moon dynasty, and all that. So Parasara was so happy that he asked this question. He recollects his grandfather's boon, his grandfather's blessing, sage Vasishta's blessings, and he starts coming out with the beautiful responses on the Jivatma, the Chit, and the matter, the Prakriti, and the Mula Prakriti, and he talks about all of that. And when we talk about the Mula Prakriti and the Tattvams from that, which we saw last week, just a quick 2-minute update on the Prakriti, the matter, the Achit, the non-sentient, the Arivatrade. On that, we saw from the Mula Prakriti, the primordial matter, comes the Tattvam called Mahat and another Tattvam called Ahankaram. So, this Mahat and Ahankara are the products of Prakriti, the primordial matter. It consists of 3 gunas: Sattva guna, Sattva, Rajasa, Tamasa. Sattva is the Sattvic, Rajasic, and Tamasic. There are 3. So Sattviga Ahankara, Rajasa Ahankara, and Tamasa Ahankara, the 3 Tattvams. So from that Sattviga Ahankara, the Lord creates. So the material from which from his body comes out this matter, from his body came out the Atmas, and this matter have got these products of these entities. Like the Sattvika Ahankara yields the Karmendriyam, the 5 organs, and the 5 sense organs, Jnanendriyam. So Karmendriyam and Jnanendriyam, the Indriyams, the objects, the senses which give us the knowledge, like the eye, the ears, the nose, the mouth, and the skin, by touching, by seeing, by smelling, by listening, by tasting, we get the knowledge, the jnanam of each of these objects, each of the material. So who tastes this? The Atma, through these senses. So these Sattvika Ahankara yields this Karmendriyam 5, and that which does duties, the hands, the legs, the Malamutra objects, and then the mouth, by which we perform actions. So these 5 Karmendriyams and the 5 Jnanendriyams and Manas. So these, the mind, there are 11 Tattvams. And we saw that from the Tamasa Ahankara gives the Pancha Tanmatre and Pancha Bhutams, the 5 elements, the space, the fire, the Vayu, the air, the water, and the earth. So Pancha Bhutams, the 5 elements, which we see in our world with our eyes, the Pancha Bhutams. So the Akasha, the space, Vayu, the air, Tejas or fire, Jala or water, Prithvi, the earth, and each of them has got a Tanmatre, the attribute for that. For example, in the space, when we are there is a sound that emanates, which is a Shabda Tanmatra, the sound, and the Vayu, which touches us and goes. We cannot see, we cannot smell, but we get touched by the Vayu, touched by the air. So it is Sparsha Tanmatra. The Agni, the fire, has got a Rupa Tanmatra, the Rupam. When we saw the beautiful flames, it is a Rupam. And the water is the Rasa Tanmatra, the taste. And the earth has got a Man Vashanai. When it rains, when it drizzles, it comes out so beautifully, and it is fragrance. So it is the order, it is the Gandha Tanmatra. So these 5 are the 5 Tanmatras, and the 5 elements, they become 10 Tattvams. So 11 plus 10, 21. And when we add Mahat, the Ahankaram and the Prakriti, the original ones, the parents. Then we have 21 plus 3, 24. The 25th is the Jivatma Tattva, the one whom we are. Our Atma is the Jivatma, and that is the 25th Tattva. The 26th is the Paramatma, the Ishvara, the God. So, Swami Nammalvar mentions in his Tiruvai, he says, Yennilum Varum. That means, if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And when you say 26, Perumal would stand in front of you and say, did you call me? Because he is so compassionate and merciful of us. Yennilum, even if you count 1 to 26, he is there. He would know that you are calling him. So even if you do it inadvertently, unknowingly 26, he comes. And that is why Yennilum Varum says Sage Nammalvar. So these 5 elements and 5 tanmatras become the world, the universe. And it has got the universe, and then engulfed by the Ahankaram, engulfed by the Mahat, engulfed by the Prakriti, and for each of this Anda Bahirandam, the Brahmandam, there is a Brahma. There is one Jivatma. After Perumal creates Brahman, the Lord creates this universe, creates the Jivatma. He says the Jivatma which has accrued many punyams, so much of punya for very many years and years and years, for ages, he is given that Jivatma is given a position of the four-faced Chaturmukha Brahma, and he is born out of the navel, the lotus from the navel of Sriman Narayana. And this Chaturmukha Brahma has been given the authority, the power, the position, and he has been given the powers by Sriman Narayana to begin the creation. So he is made the creator. Similar to the owner of a company who starts off a small startup firm with just one man, he then establishes himself, and then he creates business. After he creates business, he appoints a HR manager, a works manager, and then he takes care of the sales and the business development and the protection, and he is the finance manager. So the HR manager or the creator, the one who recruits people, Brahma becomes. He is the one who is authorized by Sriman Narayana to create the other Jivatmas using the power granted by Sriman Narayana. This Brahma is only a position. The Devendra is a position. All the other Devatas other than Sriman Narayana are the same, the Jivatmas. They are all the positions, they are all the posts because of their karma, because of their punya, they occupy that position. But after, we will come to it in a couple of minutes, after their period of life, they would finish and they become like us, another ordinary person. And then they take another body based on their punya. And then they would have again millions of births and deaths. There is no end to it. There would be another Jivatma who takes the position of Brahma. There would be another Jivatma who takes the position of Devendra. But Paramatma, Sriman Narayana, is eternal. And that is what Vishnu Puranam says. It says, Adhikaraya, Shuddhaya, Nityaya, Paramatmane, Sadaika Rupa, Rupaya, Vishnave, Sarva Jishnave. It is also one of the Dhyana slokams of Vishnu Sahasranamam, which has been taken from Vishnu Puranam, uttered by sage Parasara. He says to Maitreya, this Paraman, the Brahman, Sriman Narayana, the Vishnu, who creates this Jivatmas, who comes out, brings out the Jivatma from his Sariram, who brings out the Prakriti, the matter, the tattvams, the universe, everything from his shariram, who creates the Chaturmukha Brahma, who creates the other human beings, devas, animals, insects, everything based on their past karma. So he says, my salutations to Vishnu. He is avikaraya. He is completely devoid of all mutations. There is no way that he would undergo change. You may say, our Jivatma also does not undergo any change. True, we don't undergo any change. The Atmas are eternal. Atma is never born, never die. Atma takes the sariram, the body, and the body is like a shirt that we wear. And it is like a new shirt that you wear. You are so happy about it. You show off to people that you have bought a nice shirt, and they say, wow, such a beautiful shirt. It suits you. It's very nice. And after few years or few months or few whatever times, it becomes old. It gets torn. You want to get rid of it, and you buy a new shirt. Similarly, the Atma gets rid of the body after it serves its life, and then you take the new body. So it is the Atma never ever perishes. That's what Krishna tells Arjuna. Do not cry for killing your own cousins, your own Acharya, your own grandfather. They are all only bodies. The Atma never dies. Your duty as a Kshatriya is to fight against the adharma. There is a challenge on dharma. So for this is a dharma yuddham, and hence you have to fight. That's your duty. Similarly, here we are supposed to do what we are asked to do, what we are destined to do, and we should do punya and papa. Based on the punya and papa, we get the next body, next birth. So here, as I was telling last week, what is punya, what is papa? The punya is to do what you are supposed to do. As per Shastras, there are certain code of conduct. There are certain tenets, and we need to perform in accordance with that. If they say do it, we have to do. If they say don't do it, we should not do. And if you are doing against, if you are going against doing what is not supposed to be done, or not doing what is supposed to be done, then it becomes papa. How will I know Shastras? I do not know. I am not educated. I have just studied something else, English education. How will I know? Very simple. Follow the elders. Follow the scholars. Ask your teacher. Ask your guru. Then he would guide you in the right perspective. So this Jivatma is also unchanged. However, this Jivatma is taking this shirt, this body, getting affected, bounded by the karma, the papa punya, and then it goes again and again and again and suffers various birth and death cycles. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Adi Shankara says in Bhajagovinda, again and again jananam and maranam. How to get rid of these sufferings? We may be born like a mosquito, cockroach, rats, tiger, lion, deer, fox, dog, Devendra, Brahma, Rudra. We can be anyone. So we should, I don't want this. I want bliss, Anandam. No more birth, no more death. And Perumal says, Ma Suchaha, do not worry. If you know this and if you surrender to me, utter my names, you will come to me, says Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. That we will come to it later. Now, Avikaraya Shuddhaya, he is devoid of all mutations. You may say, we are part of him, we are part of his shariram. If we are part of him, and if we undergo change, why should he not be undergoing change? How can he be devoid of all mutations? How can he be pure? Shuddhaya, Avikaraya, Shuddhaya. And Nityaya, he is eternal. How can he be eternal when I am not, my body is not eternal? We are from his body, you only said. How could it be? And he is endowed with a form. Avikaraya, Shuddhaya, Nityaya, Paramatmane. Sadaika Rupa Rupaya. He has got a Rupam. He is endowed with a form. you said we are from his shariram and we are his form and we have already come out as a jivatma and the matter and the universe. So he doesn't have a form now because we have become him. We all have come out of him. So how can he still be there? So how can he be uniform? Because Rupa, Sadaika Rupa Rupaya, his form is uniform all the time. He is never devoid of all mutations. He is completely by nature pure. He is eternal. So, and he is Vishnave Sarva Jishnave. He is ever victorious, always victorious. He never ever loses in a battle. So, we will come to it. Now, when we are born, a small baby, when we are born from our mother, we are so small. They name me. When I was born, they named me as Madhavakannan. I never had a name. I never had my religion. I was just born as a being, as a human being. And they gave me religion, the color, the name, the form, everything. And then the parents, the birth, the country, the passport, everything is given. Now, I was just born as a human being and I was thrust upon all these things. Now, I was not speaking anything at that time when I was born. At the age of 5, I was completely different from what I was born. And I was speaking quite fluently in Tamil. And I was playing with toys and I was just babbling something. So my desires were something else and I was looking for this, I was listening to this, I was running behind the bhajan goshti and all that. At the age of 16, my tastes were completely different. My tastes were M.S. Vishwanathan music, the movies, the songs, the everything else, completely different, with a nice small mustache which was grooming. So I was a different boy. If my mother says, whoa, you never were like this at the age of 5, we completely change. And at the age of 35, I'm now completely changed, different. I was trying to read and understand the meanings of Gita, trying to learn stotrams and trying to learn this, learn that. So, trying to make myself establish in a company, trying to get promoted and all that. At the age of 60, now my tastes are different, my wavelength, my thoughts, everything is different. I look completely different from what I was at the age of 16. But the same name, same parents, same Atma, same being, everything is same. However, the Atma is same. Even though I'm completely changed, everything is changed. The taste, the waves, the thoughts, the form, the look, all are changed. But the Atma is the same. What I was born and until my death, it will be same. When such is the case, even for a Jivatma, Paramatma, he is the Paramatma, he is the biggest, grandest, supreme Atma, soul, and he has got a body, assume that we are part of it, and if we undergo change, of course he will not change. It is just like our Atma doesn't change whether I am 5 or 50 or 6 or 85, it is not changing the Atma. Similarly, Paramatma never ever goes any mutations, any change. And unlike us, my Atma has got a jnanam, the knowledge, which is so contracted. My jnanam is so limited. Even though I have little bit jnanam, it is so limited. It has been hidden and engulfed by Maya, the Prakriti, the Punya Papa Karma, bondage, and hence this Punya Papa are like the dust which is on the gemstone. Unless this dust is removed, the Punya Papa is removed, the gemstone will not glitter. The Atma by its nature is glittering, glowing, and infinitely blissful. But we have smeared and smudged the Atma with complete dust particles, which is full of dust, and I am not able to even see the glow of the Atma. And to get rid of it is to clean it. How to clean? Utter Vishnu Sahasranama, the divine names. Utter, contemplate on him, contemplate on the Brahman. It would automatically get cleaned. So, but Paramatma is never ever getting this dust particles smudging him or adhering to him, getting glued by that and engulfed by that. He is never ever affected by that. He is pure, he is eternal. When the teacher, the guru, was trying to explain this to few students, one student got up. I'm not able to understand, Swamiji, Guruji. How can I get affected? I get bonded, whereas the Paramatma who lives with me all the time as an Antaryami, the indweller within me, in every one of us, the Paramatma stays inside us. Because there is nothing in which he does not exist. He exists in every part of our body. He exists along with our soul, and he is there everywhere, whatever that we see. He is there immanent, indwelling in everything. Because that is what is called Vishwam, Vishnu, Vasudeva, Narayana. All these things means he is there. Narayana means Narana Ayanam Yasya Saha. Naraha Ayanam means the one who resides in everything and everyone. The one in whom everything and everyone resides. So in both ways, he is there. So now that particular Narayana is the one is there with me all the time, living with me, staying with me, residing with me in the cavity of my heart along with my Jivatma, and he is not affected. I cannot believe. How is it possible? I get affected, he is not getting affected. The Shishya was confused. The Guru said, I will respond at the right moment. And in the evening, the Guru Patni made halwa, kesari, the sweet, which is very nice, full of ghee, and the ghee was dripping. There were a lot of cashew nuts and some raisins, and it was very tasty, red color, nice color, and each student got one handful of, palm full of this sweet, and everybody relished. They licked the fingers, they licked the palm, and then they went and washed their hands, and they even put some soap or whatever shikapadi in order to get rid of the ghee which was stuck on the palm, and they came back. So the Guruji asked, how was the sweet? Everybody said, very nice, Swamiji, very nice. Amma made extremely well, very delicious. We enjoyed. I wish we had got one more hand. So the Guru Patni smiled and said, after this session, I would give you one more palm. So do not worry, we have lot left. So they all enjoyed. So the student who asked this question, how can Paramatma not be affected? How can only me be getting affected? So he said, can you stand up? Did you wash your hand? He said, yes. Did you wash using soap? Yes. Okay, good. Did you wash your mouth, the tongue also with the soap? He said, no, I never did that. I just rinsed. No, the tongue also has got ghee in it. So you should have applied soap for the tongue. He said, no, I don't do that. How can the hand gets affected but not the tongue? And that's all, Your Honor. It is the Jivatma only gets affected, not the Paramatma. And the student got convinced. So I was supposed to touch upon the time factor today. It's already time. So we would do the time next time. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkatesaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Dhanyosmi.